Oh, great. We do have one potion of fire resistance here. Okay, great. Okay, well, I think today I'm going to work on netherite hunting. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We need to get the template too, don't we? Oh, boy. We don't have one of those yet. We have some armor trims, but no netherite template. Okay. Let's get that out of the way first, because that's going to be the potentially really dangerous thing. So let's go ahead and set a spawn point here at home. Let's see. And there is a bastion pretty nearby here, if I remember correctly. I'm going to need gold boots. I'm probably going to need... Okay, hold on a second. Let me be a little bit more prepared for this. Anyway, hi. This is MC Yoda. Welcome to my Longplay world. I'm sorry. Oh, I have more potions of resistance in here. That's good to know. I'm probably going to want my chest plate instead of wings. What else am I going to need? What else do I need to go into the Bastion? Not much. I need some junk blocks, but I can get whatever. Yeah. All right, let's do this. A potion of fire resistance, just in case I fall in the lava. Okay, great. Yeah, sorry I haven't had an episode in a little while. Just IRL life has been a little bit interesting for me lately. And just finding it hard to find the time. But I'm here, and we're going to go ahead and play some Minecraft today. So I think, let's see, I want to go... We do need to make this way down a little bit easier. A little bit smoother. Basically, we just need to go all the way down to the bottom of the world and hope that we're not going into a lake of fire. Oh, well, hold on. That's for the actual netherite mining. We need to get the template first. So there is one of those guys right there. So we saw that when we first came into the nether, because this was where our first portal was. So it's been sitting here staring us in the face this entire time. So today, we're going to hope that it has a netherite template in it, and we're going to hope that that template is relatively easy to obtain. Because these bastions can be quite deadly. I want to get kind of to the top of it here. Alright. I am wearing gold. It's not my normal... Oof, it's not my normal stuff. Okay, let's take the wings off at least. Let's get this in our hotbar. You know what? I probably need junk blocks in my hotbar. So let's go ahead and start getting some blocks that I can place down if I need them. So let's get some of this stuff here. It is dark in here, isn't it? Let me give you some light. Let's see. Alright, that's enough junk blocks for now. Alright, let's see if we can find ourselves... So we're basically just looking for chests. We're looking for chests, and we're looking to not get killed by big nasty guys. Okay? Those are our two goals. Chests and don't get killed. I mean, we're not hardcore, but getting killed and then getting back and getting your stuff, it's just kind of a pain that I'd rather not deal with if I don't have to. There is a chest right there. Okay, let's try to get down to that. Is there a way down? Maybe if we go over here a little bit. I don't want to just jump down there and then get stuck with no way out. I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious. Just because... Again, getting back here unequipped is... I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe I can keep digging downwards in this wall. Make this kind of like a stairwell going up. Okay. Okay, I hear guys. Okay, that's a zombie guy. He's not going to hurt me. Okay, zombie guys are okay. It's those guys that I don't want to have to deal with. Now him, I might be able to get him with... Oh, nice. Okay. They don't really drop any loot that I care about. So if I just happen to knock him into the lava, that is perfectly fine with me. I'm not going to complain about those guys. As long as they're out of my way. That's all I care about. Okay, I'm just trying to block off these holes so I don't fall down. Okay. Alright. Again, making sure my escape route is good. And if anyone's near me to see me open this chest, they're gonna go nuts. So let's just... Okay. There's a brute. Let's see if I can just do a little bit of damage to him. Alright. He's taking damage, okay. Alright, I think we're safe to open this chest. Oh, I thought that was it. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay. I heard noises that made... Okay. Snout armor trim is really cool. I really like that one. Let me just get all the stuff. I'm going to clear that chest because I don't want it to tease me. I don't want to see it later thinking it's a chest I need to get into. Okay, great. What did I get? Snout. I got string and stuff. Okay. Let's see. Don't really need some of this. I'll keep the lodestone. Hey, 11 gilded blackstone. Cool. Let's see. There's no one here to see me mine this, is there? Again, the prettiest block that I never use. Gilded blackstone. I love it so much. But I never really use it for anything. Okay, well that chest didn't give us a netherite template, so we still need to keep looking. However, that trim is the one that gives me the cool belt buckle, so I'm glad I got that. Let's see. I guess I'll just have to keep working my way down. I kind of like having the zombie pigs around because they kind of scare away at least the regular guys. I don't know if they scare away the brutes. But they're nice to have around. As long as you don't, as long as they don't get tied up in a combat by accident, they're good to have around. Okay. Don't want to fall through that hole right there. Okay. I know there's different layouts of these bastions. I'm not really... Holy cow, that right there feels like there should be a whole second half of the bastion over there. That doesn't look right to me. Again, there's different layouts of these bastions, and I'm just not familiar with them because I really don't come to these very often. So, oh hey, there's a brute down there that needs an arrow in his head. Here we go. Nice. As long as I can pick them all off from afar, that's good enough for me. I'm just afraid that this bastion might not have very many chests. I'm not finding a whole lot of different areas in here. What am I hitting? There we go. I was trying to jump up there and I felt like I kept hitting a wall. Is this where I was already? Oh, it's hard to tell. No, I would have had torches if I was here. Is that a brute? Yep. Pretty bad shot this morning. There he goes. Okay. Okay, again, looking for chests. Looking for chests. So, let's see. Okay, not finding any over here. Let's kind of go down into this side of the bastion, see what we can find over here. Oh, there's a chest. Okay, good. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, this is good. We might luck out and get it one of the brain is not operating. I'm not firing on all cylinders today. With two chests, that is double the chance that we're going to get what we're looking for. So let me just make sure everything is clear over here. Okay, there's a brute down there that needs to be taken care of so he doesn't cause any problems later. Another one there. Okay, those are regular guys, I don't care about them. But this one down here didn't die yet, so let's try to... There we go. Okay. Now let's make sure there's no one around here to see us. I'm just gonna put a little blocker wall here just so that that guy can't see us open this chest. Okay. That should be good. Alright. Ooh, a silk touch pickaxe. That's pretty nice. Yeah, some decent stuff, but not what we're looking for. Okay, I just heard little piggies go. You guys probably aren't hearing them. I don't know if my... Do I have the sounds? Okay, I think they're just kind of far away, so their sounds are kind of low. All right, let's hope it's in here. What is all of this? This is a snout banner pattern. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, let's just get everything. Well, still didn't get what we're looking for. So, let's start putting some of these onesie twosies in the bundle here. Let's see, a couple chests, a couple strings of trim. Do these stack? Probably not. Yeah, I can't put that in there. I will keep the magma creams because they can make more potions. I don't really need some of this stuff though. You know what? These are plain golden boots, so I might as well take these fresh ones. Nice. Okay, let me toss away some of this stuff that I don't really need. I got plenty of... Yeah, I'm making tons of bone blocks. I don't really need those. I got an iron farm. I don't need those. I'll take the obsidian. Okay. Alright, we're going to need to find more chests. I sure hope this bastion has the Netherite template, because I'm not sure if we've seen a second bastion in this world yet. Okay. If we go down, is there a down on this side? Not really. They just kind of go up into here and then they end. Okay, we need to work our way to get over to that walkway, to that section. Now again, I'm not familiar with this layout. I don't know if that is supposed to be that, like, usually there's a whole, like, broken up building, right, with layers and stuff. Oof, lava. Oof, lava. That's not cool. So I don't know if this is a specific layout that is supposed to look like this, where there's like nothing there. I'm sure it is. Is that a brute way up there? Oh, that is. Come on. Come back into my sights. Come on. There's no way I'm going to hit his feet through that little slot right there. Oh, that was close. That was close. Oh, I just don't want him to become a surprise later on. Okay, so this area here, let me just make a little thingy like this. Oh, there's a brute right there. Oh, how did I miss him? Oh gosh. No, no, no. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I don't need a ghast right now. Where are you? That startled me. Holy cow. I don't think I'm actually hitting him. Oh gosh, there's two of them. Oh, that one's not a brute. That one's got a sword. It's that guy. Okay, I'll stop trying. I'm not going to get that guy. Now, there was one down here that hopefully I knocked him. Oh, I think that was him. The axe and the XP bubbles. What is that? Oh, that's just a regular one. Okay. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and cross this bridge. Let's see what's over here. I hear someone. I think he's down below me. I love that it's like a pig head with the tusks. That's so cool. I am stealing this gold. And I know that if they're seeing me do it, they're getting mad, but that's okay. They'll get over it. Nice. Okay, there was no chest hiding under there, was there? No. I don't know. I was hoping there would be a chest here. Okay, let's see if there's like this down, if there's actually a level below there, or if it's just kind of support structures underneath. Because again, I'm really looking for more chests. It's hard to tell. I hear them making little piggy noises though. Oof, there's lava down there. Should I just, I'm gonna hop down. Hope for the best. Okay. This looks like simple support structure-y type stuff. Doesn't look like any rooms with chests. That's a big old huge bummer. That's a big old bummer. Now this building keeps going down. Do you suppose there's more rooms down below? So far the only chests I found were more like up top. Wish I knew the layouts of these things a little bit better. I'm probably wasting time looking for potential rooms that don't exist. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I was really hoping I had found it in one of those earlier chests. That would have been so good. Okay, now let's see if there's like a lower level down here. Ugh, that's not leading anywhere, is it? I keep hearing a lot of guys. I'm just afraid that one of them is going to be a brute, and I'm not going to be ready for it. See, this sure feels like another level to me. Like, I feel like there should be maybe rooms at this level. Because there's a little ledge. Okay. Didn't find any rooms drilling through it. What's down here? Anything down here? Potentially. Or not. Okay, I feel like we might have already now looked at the entirety of this thing. Oh, well, what's this? Okay. It's not really a room so much, is it? It's just kind of more like a little chunky spot. A very, very enclosed little chunky spot. Let's go down a little bit further. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so here's some little tunnels. Yeah, I was thinking that there were little passageways like this inside these things. And I'm hoping that one of these has a chest, a room with a chest. No. You know what I should be doing? I should be recording just so that I have my, so I can get a screenshot at some point for my thumbnail. Let's see. Anything down here? No. Okay, I feel like I kind of found like the runt of the litter, essentially. The bad the worst of the bastions as far as finding loot. I feel like this is just not a good one. Bummer. Okay. Well, I think rather than spending the whole time here going through these hallways that aren't producing anything, I think I'm going to try to get back out of this bastion and see if we can locate another bastion. Yeah, I'm not really seeing... Oh, well, now what's this? I feel like with all these little tunnels, there should be rooms eventually. But there aren't any. Is this glowstone indicating anything, or is this just glowstone? Have I not picked up glowstone yet? Apparently not. Alright, I'm getting low on my torches. And I don't have any wood or coal with me. Okay, I think I'm going to have to abandon this bastion. I think we might have found the few chests that were in it, because I think this is just kind of a type of bastion that just doesn't have very many areas in it. Oh, that bums me out. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and trade our chest plate for our wings. And we will put some rockets in our hand. And we will try to scoot on out of here in a hopefully safe manner. Yeah, I feel like we kind of drew the short straw on this one. What did I just take damage from? That was weird. Well, shoot. Well, here's like a little normal way in. Is this going to produce anything? No, it's just more of these tunnels. More of these roomless tunnels. Bleh. Okay, we need to find another bastion. We need to find another bastion. Okay. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay. So let me go home and get some stuff for torches and empty some of my loot here. And then we're going to go out here on the lava lake and see if we can't find ourselves another one. Oh boy, I'm going to have to figure out a better way to... I still need to get this ladder in a more, more accessible spot. See, there's a lot of... I'm thinking of when it comes time to start digging for netherrack, there's a whole lot of lake here, and I'm hoping that at some point underneath this chunk here, this chunk meaning this big piece of land, I'm hoping that there's a clean way to get to the bottom, like the bottom of the world. Because we're going to have to mine for netherrack way down there. Okay, let's see. Back home. You know what I could do? I could probably... Now that my librarians are so cheap, I should probably enchant up these gold boots to be like super boots. There's no need to go around there with unenchanted stuff anymore. Let's see. Right now, I think all of this stuff's going. I'm gonna have to start breaking this box up into like multiple things. This nether box, but we'll do that later. Like basically, I kind of make these like chests, but then once this chest starts getting full, then I'll start breaking out and I'll put like nether bricks in a chest up here and like blackstone in a chest up here. That's kind of why I have all these empty chests. Is like essentially I put multiple things in one chest, right? Like I put all of the granite variants here, but then once I have too many, then I'll split them up into multiples. So looks like that nether chest is getting pretty darn full. That's gonna have to get figured out later. That's pretty nice find. The nice raw silk touch pickaxe. That's good. A snout banner. I think that's probably the first banner we found. That's pretty neat too. Okay, let's go ahead and just empty this bundle out. We've got another trim. That's awesome. I'm glad we found that. I'm going to want those for my pants. That's my favorite one to put on pants. Let's see. We got some evil mob stuff and some evil mob stuff and some good mob stuff. And we got quartz. Quartz is probably just in my everything chest for right now. Probably good enough to be here. Lodestone. Lodestone's kind of like a... Yeah, there you go. It's a brick variant. Chests go over here. So we only found 3 chests in that place. 1 double chest and 2 regular ones. That was kind of a bust. Alright, now let's go ahead and get what we need for... You know, let's enchant this guy up. So we're going to need 5 enchantments for this. Okay. I should have some emeralds. Yeah, I traded with some of my... off screen, I mined out some, like, mangrove trees and stuff because now that we can make our shelves, because we're on 1.21.10, I think mangrove shelves would be some cool decor for inside that. So, off camera, I was mining, like, some mangrove trees and stuff to get more wood. And to do that, it's basically easier to get up on top of them and, like, whack the leaves away with a really efficient hoe. So I actually went ahead and enchanted up a super fortune hoe here to help with that work. So I did that off camera. I just want to let you guys know. I try not to do. I try not to do anything that's like any kind of milestone or anything off camera. I try to do only boring stuff like mining trees. But I think making a super enchanted hoe is a pretty milestone thing. So I wanted to let you guys know that I did that. I'll shut up now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna need 5 books for these boots. So we're gonna need mending. Okay. We're gonna need unbreaking. Okay. We're gonna need protection. And then what is it? Feather falling? Technically we don't need depth strider, but we might as well put them on there because why not? So the boot stuff I think is back here, right? Feather falling. Yep. Here we go. And depth strider should be next to it then. Look at that. Fantastic. Those were really cheap. That's so awesome when you get to that part in the game where now these guys are like dirt cheap to get enchantments from. Alright, so let's go ahead and return those emeralds back. We're going to get supplies to make torches with. And okay, my brain just shut down. Okay, I came over here to put the emeralds away here. Okay. A little brain hiccup there. Let's see. Let me grab a stack of coal. I'm probably going to just leave these boots in my ender chest. I need to make more ender chests. I need to just leave these boots in there. I'll bring the chest plate because I'll replace that with from my wings. Okay. What else am I looking for? Wood to make the torches. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get these boots enchanted. I might have to go over to the XP grinder for a little bit. So the best way to do this is to find out the cheapest combinations first. I know that unbreaking and mending, with unbreaking being on the left, is always a cheap one. That's 2. So we get that one first. So now we'll look at these. Okay, that's 4. Let's replace this one. That's also 4. That's also 4. See, that's 6. Okay, so lots of combinations for 4. Okay. Now let's look at this. That's 9. That's 7. Okay. Let's try this. That's 7. That's 6. That's the cheapest one. Okay, we'll do that one next. And then these two go together. That's 15. That's 12. Perfect. And to get them on the boots is probably more than the 8 that I have. So it's 26 plus 1 to rename it. So we're going to have to go grind out 21 more levels. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get these super boots, and then we're going to try to find ourselves a second bastion. I hope there is one. Oh, I walk around with my food in my hand because it's something that when you right click at, it's not like if you right click on wood, it's going to strip it, or shovel is going to, food is something that doesn't interact when you left click or right click. So I tend to walk around with that in my hand, and every time I walk by a horse or a donkey or something, they go nuts. All right, this is my this is my XP farm, right? Yeah, this is the only portal we have up here, I think. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, you can hear them all in there. You know what? Since I'm here, I might as well heal up while I'm at it. See, this axe took some damage. That's why I said I was mining some trees off camera. Oh, that axe is soaking all of that up. I probably should have waited on the axe. Yeah, I probably should have waited on that axe. Okay, well this shouldn't take too long. Let's go ahead and sort out some of our stuff while we're waiting for these guys to build back up. Let's just put everything in here. So we got some rotten flesh for Eric the cleric. We've got our bones going here. Those get turned into bone blocks. And we've got gunpowder up here. And we put our bows in here. Is this thing, I'm assuming this is loaded up. Yep, that's loaded up. We can make 42 more crafters with that. So we'll go ahead and take our bows and throw our bows in here. I'm assuming the enchanted one will still make a crafter, right? Yep, that worked. It made 4. There we go. Getting our free dispensers. We can throw this junk in the trash bin. I don't really need all these arrows either. And we have a, is this our miscellaneous barrel? That's our miscellaneous barrel. Man, look at that. I got a whole system up here now. All right. Man, it's like I know what I'm doing. It's nice to have a little, an area like this that's like everything is now working, you know? It's like everything is in place. I know where I can store everything. You know what I need now? I was talking with Zinc about this. We were playing around with the golems a little bit, which you'll probably see in the episode that Zinc's episode that released today. That will release today. While I'm recording it, it will release. It may have already released by the time you guys are watching this. But in a big storage room, they're kind of a mess. But in something like a farm like this, I'm thinking this is where those guys will shine, right? Because there's only so many certain types of drops, right? And now something like bones, they can't put them automatically right in here because they're getting pulled into the machine. But you could have a chest for each of these things, right? You know, a chest with all of these miscellaneouses, a chest with the gunpowder, and all of these can be being filtered into a copper chest. And then the little copper golems can just be sorting it while you're grinding. And then they're going to sort it over into some other chest to get them out of the way here, and then they're sorted for you. Then you can go do with whatever you want with them after that. But I think those copper golems are really going to shine in farms where it's kind of it's a limited space and it's a limited number of things that they're going to have to deal with. I think that's really going to be their shining point. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Actually trying that out. Let me see. Let me get a few emeralds off you. Oh, as soon as I said that, you walked out of my reach. Come on. I knew I made this building a little too big. Come on, this way, buddy. Here, if I show you something, will you come over this way? Hey, there you go. All right. Thanks for the emeralds. What are we at? 21? What did I say we needed? Let's see. This was we need 27. So we're almost there. I love how relatively fast this farm works when it's on a single player world like this and there's no other chunks loaded. I've been seeing a lot of mobs showing up in copper armor. It makes sense, but I wonder if it's like gonna be more common, right? Because it's more common. Like, is it like, I'm wondering if the copper armor will be more common to see than like iron, chainmail. I'm assuming leather will probably be more still more common than the copper in this farm, and like with mobs. You know, I know I could unenchant those before I throw them in there to get a couple more levels, but yeah, I don't really think about it. So anybody who saw me do that was like, "Oh, you could have gotten some levels off of those." I know. I still think this right here is clever. It's a cool way to put a door on here without him getting out. Okay, just when I was bragging about how fast this thing works, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. I need just one level plus a little bit. They're almost there. Oh, it's raining, isn't it? Sure is. Alright, almost there. We were looking to get to 27. Just a couple more mobs, and then we'll enchant these boots, and then we'll get back in the Nether and look for that Bastion. 27. There we go. Boop. And we're gonna call these Oda's Nether Boots. Banoots. Boots. Oda's Nether Boots. Perfect. Oh, and look, now they're all... Oh, look, there's a villager in there. And a witch. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Alright, well, hold on. Do I have everything I'm going to need to go... I do have everything. I'm going to need to put this here, these boots on. You know what? Let me just put the emeralds... I'll put the emeralds with Eric for now. I know they're his emeralds, but he's not going to take them back out. Alright, I think we have everything we need. I have stuff to make more torches. Let me just go ahead and make a few more right away while we're thinking about it. Okay, we got torches. We got food. We've got rockets. Okay. Let's go find us another bastion. So we're going to have to go back down to the below ground nether area. There you go. There it is. I almost said the upside down, but it's not the upside down. It's just the down. I've been rewatching Stranger Things. I just started season 3. So the upside down, like all the Stranger Things stuff is like going through my head. Alright, let's see if we can find another bastion. I don't recall if we saw... You know, I have wings. Right, I can glide down here. I could probably fly to find one, honestly. I have a lodestone compass to find my way back home. Right, because that points to there. Yeah, that points to there. So we could really just fly and try to find a bastion that way. Alright, let's do it. No sense in bothering you fellas. And we'll find our way back home with the compass. We should be okay. It always makes me nervous flying in the Nether, but you just have to kind of relax and go with it and avoid those guys. What's over there? I think that's just a biome and not a bastion. Nope, that's not a bastion. Is that? Nope. Those biomes, they throw you off. Ooh, that doesn't look like a good spot to go. How do I get out of here? Okay. If flying around in here is making you nervous, don't worry, it's making me nervous too. Oh, hey, look. Cool. Another lodestone. A mending golden shovel and mending pants. I'm going to take that crying obsidian, though. Let's see. Where is my netherrack? I don't want to get caught up in that. Okay, there we go. For such a little portal, it had quite a few crying obsidians on it. I mean, I'll take that gold too. And there's another gold. Wow. And there's another crying obsidian. For such a tiny portal, this really had a lot of stuff in it. Nice. Very cool. Thank you very much. Okay, now I almost looked at that Enderman. Okay, I don't think I want to get tangled up in a biome like that. I need to just kind of stay on these big lava lakes where I have a large view of the world and try to just find a bastion sticking out somewhere. As soon as I said that, that kind of ended. Okay, what's over here? Yeah, it's best to just kind of fly around the lava lakes as much as possible looking for these bastions. And not get tangled up in places like this if you can avoid it. Okay, let's get back out here. Let's see how things continue here. What's that? Is that a bastion or is that... Ah, see that... boy, that keeps throwing me off. I keep thinking those are bastions, but it's not. It's just that biome. Okay, let's go out this way. Oh, hey, it's one of these biomes. We find another happy... Well, there's some very unhappy ghasts. There's a lot of ghasts out here. Holy cow. Oh, well, I'm getting distracted. I don't need to find happy ghasts. I'm not even using the one that I have. Okay, let me take this moment, take a sip from my drink. Okay. Here we go. We're looking for bastions. No. Boy, that was a twisty kind of spot I just got myself. I don't like this. I don't like this spot I'm in. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of mobs over here. Holy cow. Hey, there's a happy ghast. He's protected by a skeleton. Hey, little buddy. Dried ghast. Okay, where am I? And here's the problem with going in and out of things. Now I don't know where I'm at. Okay, let's see. Well, home... Oh. No one said skeletons were smart. Let's see what's over this way. I feel like bastions are typically a little bit easier to spot. Like, I feel like by now I should have found a second one already. I feel like we've covered enough distance. Let's see, what about this direction here? Definitely new areas because you can see the lava's just now forming. Okay, let me consult the cheaty map. Okay, so like they are not easy to find on here, so it isn't all that cheaty because it doesn't make it much easier to find them. Where did we? I don't even know where our spawn is. Like here's a bastion, right? That is a bastion. Okay, tell you what, let's do this. I'm gonna go cheaty on this, and I'm gonna set a. Not gonna teleport. That's like really cheaty. Plus, I think I have to be in creative mode to do that. I'm going to set a temporary waypoint there, and then on here, I'm going to. Did that turn it on? There it is. Okay, so we're gonna head towards that and see if we can check out that bastion. And hopefully that's not the one. No, because our home is that direction, and that's that direction. Okay, so it's not the one we've already been to. Okay. Oh, hold on. Was that just a very... That's a bastion right here. Look at this. I didn't even need to cheat. Let's just turn off that waypoint for now. Look at this. There we go. That's what we're... Okay. Very cool. Let me get up. I want to get to the top of this. Yeah, when I was flying by, I'm like, that's an awfully straight block of whatever the stuff is called. Blackstone. Okay, I think I have to go switch to chest plate. I think I need to get this in my hotbar. I need to get torches. I don't need my rockets. I need to put you in my bundle. You in the bundle. You in the bundle. You in the bundle. There we go. You guys can go away. Okay. Ooh, that's only 27 rockets. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Ugh. I don't have my ender chest on me. I'm going to be really careful because those rockets need to get me back home. I just now thought of that because I'm so used to, like, normally I would have an ender chest on me and I would have like a shulker full of rockets in it. But I don't have that right now in this world. I need to remember that. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get down in a way that I could run back up if I have to. So these guys are just normal guys. They'll still get mad if I open up that chest. But as long as I don't see any brutes, I'm not going to be as worried for my life. Okay. Okay, I don't want to fall down there. Let me do this. Hop down, immediately hop back up. That way, if there's a brute, I'm out of his reach. That felt like a smart... Oh, see, look, there's a brute right there. Okay, that upsets everybody, because he is still a piglin. Okay, so you guys are upset at me now. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, that was a good move, hopping down and immediately pillaring up. That was... Oh, wow. Good play, Oda. Good play. That was really smart. See, sometimes... Sometimes I can come up with something clever. Is there like a line like that from... like Empire Strikes Back, Leia picking on Han? Okay, I don't see any guys around here to get upset for me looking in these chests. Alright, come on. You can do this. Netherite. Oh, there it is. There it is. Netherite template in the bundle. Snout in the bundle. Another Silk Touch diamond pickaxe. That's pretty cool. Nice, nice. We got it. We can go back home now. What's in this one? Another snout. That's nice. I'm not going to have to make any copies. Alright. Wow. Oh, was one of those... I got 2 ancient debris from that. That's half of a netherite. That's awesome. Wow. Very cool. Wow, this was really good. I don't feel like I want to look at any more of this Bastion. If I ever feel the need to get more gilded blackstone for any reason, I'll come find these Bastions again. But I think, for now, I'm done in here. Let's go ahead and pitch some of the stuff that we know we don't need. Okay, everything else is fine. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go home. Let's go home. With our 27 rockets, and hopefully we'll make it there. Let's put this in our hotbar so we can see the direction home. And let's go ahead and open this and go to our waypoints. No, how do we get to that? Where do we get? I just want to remove that one waypoint. Waypoints. There we go. Let's delete that for now. Okay, there we go. Alright, great. So home is that way. Boy, these I'm so glad they made these lodestones cheaper to make, because they're so incredibly useful for something like this, especially relatively early game. I realize I hit that. Okay. Nice. Very cool. Put that back in here. Hello, fellas. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna go return my loot back home. This also means I'm probably gonna need to end up doing a lot of diamond mining to end up using those those netherites. Eventually. Alright, let's get back up to the... You know what? This might just be easier to fly up there. Where's our ladder? Maybe I should do that. Maybe when I come back down here, I should rearrange this this way up, just to make it a little bit more, you know, make it go straight to, make it go straight under. Yeah, maybe I can re-engineer some of this right now. Why not? It has to get done eventually. I keep putting it off. Okay, let's see. Let's hop back home and empty our pockets. Alright. And I think at this point, our boots just go in our ender chest, because I'm going to remember to make an ender chest to carry with me. Do we have... Let me sleep away this rain. Excuse me. Let's see. Do we have another ender pearl? Great. Do we have... Okay, it's just one of these. Perfect. Okay, and we should have enough obsidian. Oh yeah. Just enough. Cool. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, because I put it right in my... I never actually put it in my inventory. I put it directly in... See, I always put my ender chest in my bundle, so I always have a bundle with me, and I can pull the chest out, put it down, that kind of thing. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna need torches, but we're not gonna need like tons and tons of torches for what we're getting ready to do. I mean, well, for... Oh boy, hold on. My brain is just not braining. Okay. Once we get sorted out, we're going to be going netherite hunting. So I don't need... Oh, look, there's wood in my ender chest. Specifically for this reason. Let me fill that up to a full... You know, now that I've got this, you know, I just don't have very many shulker boxes either. Because usually one shulker box ends up being like a backpack that most of this stuff goes in, but that's okay. I don't really need to do that at the moment. What was I gonna do? I was gonna fill that up to a full stack and put the rest of these here, and then in here we're gonna go boom, 3 snout, and there we go. There's our Netherite template. How many diamonds do we have? Because we're going to have to... 21. That's only 3 copies. We can only make 3 copies. Oh my gosh, there's 7 diamonds each copy. That's so expensive. Okay, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Put it all away. Notice how I'm not going to the dump chest. I sorted my dump chest back out. Let's see. Is this the one with my rockets in it? Okay, good. Let's fill up our stack of rockets. Two ancient debris. That's really cool that we got 2 of those already. Obsidian, and this is nether stuff. And the lodestone goes here. And evil mob stuff goes here. We're going to keep a potion of fire resistance on us. And a dried ghast. Let's see, where do we want to put a little dried ghast? I like that. He's less gray. When you get him right next to stone, he looks a lot more like kind of almost like a pinkish beige color. Sorry, my eye is watering. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, so 2 things we want to do. We want to make an easier way down, or not an easier way, just a little bit, slightly more direct way down, so we don't have to go through all that goofiness every time we go down into the nether. So let's just craft some more ladders just so that we have them. And then once we get to the bottom, we can probably just do stair steps down to where we're going to be mining. Once we get down there, we're probably going to want some chests. We're going to want some chests. We're probably going to want... Yeah, we'll just take them all for now. That's fine. Let's see. What else are we going to need to do this? Not much, because once we get down there, we're just mining, right? We're just silk touch mining, and that's about it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's go. How am I doing on food? I got 57 carrots. What do I have in here? Do I have any more? I need to bring my ender chest with me. Okay, so let's pick that up and take it with us. Bloop, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is just make our way down a little bit more, you know, a little bit more just direct, a little bit more straight. So, like, in other words, it's just going to, like, go down here instead of this way. So you know what I'm going to do? Oh my gosh, this is probably the dumbest thing. Okay, I want these ladders. I'm about to do something really stupid here, guys. Almost. There we go. Oh, I did it. I expected that to fail miserably. Okay, cool. What do I need? I need 1 piece of the netherrack to put here. Okay. Nice. Now, how far down do I need to go? That's the question. I need this in my hotbar in case I just happen to, because I'm going down single. This is probably really stupid. That's really stupid. I'm gonna end up in lava if I do that. But I can stand on the ladder and then go. That kind of works. Yeah, that works. Okay. It was pretty much the same thing I had going on here. It's just in the right spot. But I do want to keep it going down because I want to get down. Let's see. I want all of those things too. Let's see. Oops. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Let's see. If I keep going down here, where do I need it to end up being? I kind of want it to go down to this level. You know, I want to see if I can get some tears from this guy. Oh, nice shot. Look at that. Hey, that was my first tier. Cool. Is there any reason to stop it here, though? Because technically, that's where I'm going to be. Well, this is probably all I have the ladders for, is to get it this low. I mean, technically... Okay, I need to... What am I doing? I'm flying. I'm trying to find where the ladder currently is. That's a really goofy spot to find to get into, isn't it? I was going to say, technically, I could just end it there, and this could be like my launch platform, but it only really works if I have elytra. How far down do I want to take it? I have 45 ladders, so I'd say we just take it down 45 more and see if that takes us anywhere special. Okay, that's what we'll do. Oh. Okay. I wish there was a faster way to go up and down, like, because you can't do water elevators in the Nether. I wish there was like a water elevator type of a fast way to get down, like something that can break your fall in the Nether. It's not water. I don't know what that would be though. This is gonna end up, that's like a drop right there. This ain't a great spot, is it? Do you guys know of any ways to, like, any fast descent kind of ways that you can do in the Nether, similar to jumping down and landing in water in the overworld? Yeah, see, this is just a drop off. This isn't good. This is kind of a bad spot. Let me do something here. Let me try to put a torch down so you guys can see what the heck I'm even doing. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just kind of make like a little bit of a platform maybe here. Of course, just a one netherrack platform probably isn't very good because a gas can blast a hole in that. Let's see. It's a start though. It's something. Let's see. I mean, the only thing I can think to make getting up and down easier in the Nether is just make the hole wide enough that you can fly with your elytra. But that's, especially when you get to the top, right? It's only one block at the top. I'm not going to sit here and try to break tons and tons of holes in that Nether roof. I've done it before, and it just takes so much time. Okay. Let's make a little platform here. Or I could just take it down to there. Do I have enough? I only have 16 more ladders for now. 60 more ladders might only get me to here. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Okay, 9 more. Does that take us all the way down to there? No, probably not. Ah! I like how fast netherrack breaks normally, but not in a situation where I'm trying to use it to build with and I have to remove what I misplaced. Okay, knowing that this is not good for ghasts, I might have to make a better platform here at some point. Of course, at some point I might just make a better way up and down, but this is a good temporary platform. At least it's level with this. When I come up my steps, I can come up here and go right to that. Let me just kind of... Oh, that's my actual steps. I can't block those. Well, no, those are my steps. Whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm out of netherrack. No, I'm not. Okay, here we go. Alright, good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Now, getting down below. Sorry about that. My eye is watering really bad, and when your eye gets watery, your nose gets runny. Fun fact, it's because your tear ducts are actually they also drain into your sinuses. So if you notice, whenever people cry or tear up for any reason, they also get runny nose, sniffly. That's because whenever your tear ducts create tears, they also, some of it drains into your sinuses, which makes stuff in your sinuses more watery. Okay. Science with Oda. Alright, so for now I'm going to walk down to where my little buddies are, down here. Hey, little buddies. Now, I feel like if I start digging down here, hopefully this lava doesn't go like up underneath this. I mean, it might, like in areas like here, but I'm hoping here where it's more solid, we can start going down, and then we like this lava lake, because you can see here. Okay, let me see if I can show you. This, you can see that there is a block under here, but that one you can see that there isn't, right? You can see like there's a block there, but there's no block under this one or this one. So there's spots here where the lava does go underneath the netherrack. But I'm thinking if we start closer in here to where the main land is, we might be able to avoid all of that. And I'm thinking if we dig like that direction, feels more solid to me than that direction. Because I see more lake that way. So I feel like going down this direction might be our plan. So let's go ahead and start a little stairwell here and see what that does for us. Okay. Boop. All right. There we go. Okay. And then, of course, eventually I'm going to have to come up here and put stairs. And this stuff. Oh, see. Oh, gosh. I hope that's not, like, indicative of the lake. I hope that's just, like, kind of the end of it. Oh, we're right beside it, aren't we? Okay. Maybe we won't have to deal with it except for this little bit here. Okay. Trying to place one there. See, there's nothing there to place against, or there. Okay, again, I'm hoping this ends relatively soon. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I want the next one to be at that level. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, let me just put a torch so you guys can see what's happening. Here we go. Okay, hopefully, if it does continue here, it'll be over soon. We're getting... Every block down, we get closer towards the bottom of this mess. Okay, how are we doing up here? Is that still... Sorry about swinging the camera around so much. I'm trying to also make sure that our stairwell stays, like, a decent height. Okay. There, and boop there, boop there. I think we might be past it. I think we might be past it. Okay. That's too low. I thought that didn't look right. Okay. Alright, I think we're past the lake. I think we're past it. This is awesome. Okay. Now we need to get down to like negative... Oh, I can never remember. Oh my gosh, what is it? What is it here? I might have to look that up. I can't remember. Hold on. In the Nether... I might have to look this one up. I don't remember what the there's kind of like it's I feel like it's like 14, 15, but that doesn't sound right. Like, do we go to negative 64 in the Nether, or is that just the overworld? Now, see, now I'm doubting myself. I feel like it might just be like here. Like, I think the Nether might still end at 0. I'll tell you what, I think it's 14. Because your feet are at 14, your head is at 15, and you're seeing the ceiling at 16. I think 14 is the spot. Let's just make sure and see, like, does the world end at 0 in the Nether? Let me just make sure. I should know this, but honestly, I avoid the Nether as much as possible in this game. Okay, yeah, see, the world ends down here at 0. Okay, so it is 14. Okay. Right, so here. So this is the level we want to mine at. Because, like I said, our feet are uncovering 14, and our head is at 15, and then that lets us see 16 and 13, because I think 15 is technically the sweet spot. So the sweet spot, I believe, is 15, which is our eye level. I think. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Oh, boy. You know what? It's almost time for my mid-episode break. And I want to make sure that I'm at the right spot for this, because this stuff is hard enough to find. I want to make sure I have the most opportunities as possible to find it. So I think I'm going to take my mid-episode break now, just a few minutes early, and I'm going to go look that up, and then I'll be right back with you. So I'll see you right now. Okay, I'm back. All right. Well, that was I was correct. So this is exactly where I want to be. So 15. So this layer right here. That's the hot spot for ancient debris. So I like to mine here. That way I can see 15, 14, 13, and the underside of 16. So, all right, great. So this is where I want to be. So the way I usually do this, let me pull this in a little bit here. Okay, so come down here. Okay, so let's say this is our roof. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to make like a 3x3. I like to make kind of a main channel, or like a main tunnel here. Let's see. Everyone has their own kind of system for doing this. So what I like to do is I like to make this 3x3 main artery. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll make branches off of it. And then right here by the way out, I will leave a spot here for some chests. We'll do this on either side here. I will pop out those two so the top chest can open. In fact, I can even throw some lights up there. Okay. So I'm going to throw some chests here for the stuff that we're mining up. Oops. There we go. Great. Perfect. Awesome. So now we can throw like netherrack in these. And over here we can put like blackstone and this stuff. Right? Cool. Okay, for now, let me just to get this stuff out of my inventory. I can just put these in my bundle. Yeah, let me do that. Let's see. I'd probably rather have my chest plate for this, just because I'm not going to be flying around down here. We'll put these just to get them out of my inventory. I will keep the potion of fire resistance in my hotbar just in case a tragedy strikes. Alright, perfect. Okay, I'm not going to need my shield in my on hand. Instead I like to put netherrack in my offhand for this. I don't use too many torches doing this because the netherrack is kind of bright. Like the netherrack is kind of a bright red even when you're out of the torchlight, and it's enough that I can see relatively well. So I don't worry about lining my tunnels with torches. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the first tunnel here, and then we're going to come over here, and there's going to be a tunnel here. So I do the tunnels every 2. That way you can see these blocks. You can see the side of this block. And then on this tunnel you see, because the way ancient debris spawns, there could be nothing here, but there could be one right here. So if you go too far over, then you're missing an entire row of blocks that you could be looking at. So basically, I've spaced my tunnels out like this every 2, essentially. Boop. Boop, boop. And then what I'll do is I'll even do them on the other side. But I don't like them to like connect, because when you're running down, I don't like them to connect. So for these, I'll actually skip a square and kind of offset them from these. So that way when you're coming up a tunnel, you know when you've reached the middle. It's just a visual thing for me. So yeah, so then this tunnel will start that way. Right, so then like as I dig these tunnels and need more, I can keep digging this artery more sideways, exposing more area to make more tunnels. Alright, so that's how I do it. And then I'm gonna just put a torch every now and then just to keep this hallway lit up. There we go. And so basically now I pick a tunnel, so we'll start with this one, and I'm just gonna go until I hit unpassable lava, basically. This is really kind of dark, isn't it? Is my brightness all the way up? Usually my brightness is all the way bright. This is still pretty dark, isn't it? This might be a little dark for you guys, because this is going to render a lot darker. I'm just going to have to remember to brighten this in the... I'm going to have to do a real small edit to brighten this, probably, so that you guys can see a little bit better. So one thing that's cool is, like, on my way back through this tunnel, I'll get stuff like this quartz and stuff. But usually just on my way in, I'll just kind of ignore it. And I'll just kind of keep on going. And I'll wait until I see netherite. Or whatever, ancient debris. Of course, being careful to, look out for lava. But also, if I happen to go by the ancient debris without noticing it, I should notice it on the way back through as well. Okay, so there's the lava. As soon as I see lava, did you see what I did? I popped a hole in the floor that made the lava stop flowing towards me. And it looks like, since I can't place a block there, it looks like this is actually a pool that I can't get by. So this tunnel's done. So the first thing I'll do, well, I'll keep my netherrack for now but once I get several chests of it, I probably would start throwing it away. So now I'm just going to backtrack through here, and I'm going to look for these spots of ores that I missed on the way. Because this stuff is useful and valuable, so while I'm down here, I might as well get it. And I know that it makes finding the netherrack just a little bit slower, because I am pausing to do that. But again, this is stuff that I can use later, so might as well get it while I'm here. It just makes sense to me. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now we're back at the front, and now we can start another tunnel. So once I'm here, I'll just kind of dump all of that. Probably put I'll put the quartz in this top one. I'll put the quartz in the top one, and I'll put like blackstone in the middle one. Or, well, I'll tell you what, I'll put other stuff in this bottom one, and I'll leave the quartz up there, and this one will all be netherrack. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. And now I'll just pick another tunnel, and we'll start going this way. Now this, because it's right here at the entrance, I will go ahead and get these. There we go. Alright, so let's hope we can find some netherrack here. Some netherrack. Oh my god, I keep just calling everything the wrong thing. Netherite. Actually, it's not even netherite. It's oh boy, see, I forgot to plug the hole. I'm not thinking. Okay, so as soon as I see it, I pop a hole and then see, like, is this a lake or is this just a lava source? See, that one's just a lava source, so we're good. So we can keep going. Okay, that was where we had just been. Okay. Ancient debris, that's what we're looking for. It's weird that it's called ancient debris, and then you smelt it into scrap metal, and then you make it into netherite. It's just so many words for netherite. Oof, that's not a good thing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, we got a pool of lava up above us. So, at least for a little while. See, but eventually, as we go sideways, we'll get past it. Right, I'm gonna get this gold too. You know, we use this gold. Well, we're gonna use the gold to make netherite, if nothing else. So we definitely get the gold while we're down here too. All right. Okay, and my inventory, well, let's see, while I'm here, let me dump it in. We'll put this up here. Put the gold there. Put that there. There we go. See, now it's like, now since I'm going this way, I went that way till it ended, that way till it ended, so now I'm basically going to switch over to this one and go this way. Yeah, so as soon as you see lava, basically as soon as I see lava, what I usually do is I look straight down and I pop a hole in the floor and I back up. And then that will make the lava flow into that hole and not down the hallway after you. Right, so I try to just make that like an automatic reaction. Like as soon as I see lava, I try to just back up and pop a hole in the floor. And then see what's happening and then deal with it then. but you need to do that just as a quick reaction, just so that you're not swimming in it, you know? Okay. The only thing that stinks is whenever you're doing gravel and you expose a pool above you, because then you have to switch to a different tool. And I'm not real fast with that tool switch. So sometimes that'll get me. But one thing you can do is your eyes kind of start adjusting to like what the light levels are like in here. And if you start hitting the gravel and it suddenly gets brighter, it's a good indication that you probably just exposed lava. So it's a good idea to, like, you know, be ready for that tool switch and that breaking that hole in the floor. Okay, this looks like it's coming from the side. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, that's a pool. Okay, so we kind of reached the end of this one. So we just backtrack. We pick up any of our goodies that we missed on the way, like this gold. I know a lot of people just kind of blow past this because they're just here for netherite. But I think the reward of having those resources ready when you need them far outweighs the time you waste looking for netherite. That's just my opinion, though. You end up with so much, like, and you'll end up with like double chests full of quartz. You know, which is nice, because then if you want to use it for building or anything, you've got it, right? You don't have to worry about finding it. And of course, this is also a good way to keep a good stock of gold. So you don't have to go mine that either. Holy cow, my pickaxe is already... Oh, because it's not netherite yet. Yeah, the first piece of netherite I make goes on this pickaxe, because that just makes it last longer to find more of this stuff. And one thing I'll do usually when it starts getting, like, when I get deeper into the game, I'll bring like 2 or sometimes even 3 pickaxes, because as I come out, right, I can come up here and just empty my inventory and keep going, right? So I'll bring multiple pickaxes with me so that whenever one is like getting worn down to where it's, you know, it's down into the red, I'll switch to a different pickaxe. We haven't found any ancient debris yet, except the 2 that we found in the Bastion. See, now this looks like it might just be a small bit. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Oh, yep, I saw the light. I saw the light. Yep, here it comes. Now, is it just in the ceiling? No, yeah, that's a pool. Okay, we're not going any further down this tunnel. Alright, yeah, the netherite grind. This is, again, one of those things in this game that just, I mean, sometimes I enjoy just sitting here doing the mindless tasks like this, where you can just, you know, throw on some music or something, or throw some YouTube videos into another window, like, 'cause I have multiple monitors, and then just mindlessly do this for, you know, hours potentially. But it's quite a bit of a grind to get this netherite. Hey, look at that. We found our first one. Ding, there it is. Alright, let's hope that there's more than one. It can spawn in a batch of up to 3. And that was a singleton. Okay. They often are. Alright, well hey, we got our first one. I like to put them down here in the hotbar so I can see them as I'm going. I can watch those. I can see that number in my hotbar grow as as we find more. So I do have to remember, we do have 2 at home. So once I find my next one, I could pause and go back and get this pickaxe upgraded and healed. Well, heal it first while it's still a lower health count. Heal it, then netherite it, then come back down. So that's what I might do. The next patch I find, I'll run home real quick and we'll netherite up this pickaxe. And then that way we'll have a better tool to do this with. Yeah, I like that idea. It'll also give us a little bit of a break from the monotony. Every time I say that, I really want to just sing Will Smith. Oh, there we go. Summertime. Just a little break from monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. Oh, ooh! Good thing I noticed that. Okay, let me put a netherrack up there. Okay, do I see any more ancient debris? No. Another singleton. All right. Well, let me finish this row out. Oh. Is this just a single? Okay, good. Okay, let it go down. Let me fill in the floor. Okay. let's finish up this row until we get stuck, and then we'll run back home real quick, and we'll upgrade our pickaxe. And then we'll come back down. We'll heal it, and we'll upgrade it. We'll say hi to Eric while we're there. We'll use 7 of our 21 diamonds. Oh, well, there we go. Here's another one. Boom. All right, this one had at least 2. Good. Let's see if there's a third. All right. Okay, that's the end. Okay. Again, I'm going to pick up all of this stuff on my way back. You end up getting a lot of sand this way. I'm sorry, not sand, gravel. Which is good for some recipes you need it for, like concrete and all that. So, it's also nice. This is a nice way to just slowly build up a bit of a backlog of gravel without, again, having to go out specifically to mine for gravel. And I'm not even like mining out the pockets, right? That's just from the stuff we run into while we're digging out our little hallways. But you'll see as time goes by, we end up getting stacks and stacks of gravel too, which is pretty cool. Anything that helps you like passively gain other resources while you're looking for one is a good thing in my book. That's why, like, whenever I go down mining for diamonds, I usually do not use my silk touch pick. That way I can get cobbled deep slate while I'm down there. For the same reason. You know, it's just a nice way to passively generate a second resource while you're looking for one other resource. Wow, this one had a whole lot of quartz in it, didn't it? Alright, we are back out here. Let me just dump the netherrack. Let me dump this netherrack too. And I'm just going to take the gold home for now. I'll leave the rest of the stuff down there. Okay, great. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing upgraded. And see, even like I keep the fire resist potion here, but like the way I do this, I'm really at very little risk of needing it, but it has happened before where I forgot. I didn't react quick enough, and my, you know, that lava came at you and you can't get out of it, and if you die in a situation like that, all your stuff is just sizzles. So even though the risk is pretty low of needing this potion, when the unthinkable happens, it's good to have that insurance policy to make sure you don't lose all your stuff. So I don't always remember to bring it when I do netherite mining, but boy, the few times I've needed it, I was glad I had it. And I have lost my stuff to that before. You mine out a thing and the lava starts flowing and you don't react soon enough and you're trying to get out of it, but it flows like It flows further and faster, like it flows like water does in the overworld. And it just tears you up. Tears you up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little thing here. Right now I'm just gonna use this block because that's what I have. Put a little torch. I'm gonna get a little thing here. I'm gonna do a little thing here and here. So that way, first of all, when I come out here, it's easier to notice. So keep looking around for it. And also this way, when you walk up to it, you just walk up to it and you just go straight down. You don't have to worry about getting down into the thing. There we go. Cool. Any little thing to make your life just a little bit easier. Okay. Alright, smelters. Let's go ahead and get these 4 in here, and we'll just we'll put some of the gold in this one, some of the gold in this one, and we'll put the rest of the gold in. We'll do this. There we go. Woohoo! Netherite scrap. Perfect. Okay, let's get rid of our ladders. What else is in here? We have enough of these. We don't need the tier. Great. Okay. I realized that was our first tier. Makes sense though. We haven't really been doing much in the Nether. 4. There they go. Nice. While we're at it, we might as well just go ahead and throw these 2 in there. Boop. Cool. Alright. Let's go ahead and make our first netherite. Boom. And then, unfortunately, we need 7 of these to make a copy of our template. Oof. That's. Oh, I get why they did it. They needed the diamonds to be worth something, because once you get mending on all your tools, diamonds become a little bit less worth less in the game. So I get why they did it, but boy, it sure does make something like this make you then now have to grind for diamonds as well. Alright, so there's our scrap, there's our thing, okay. Now I want to actually heal the pickaxe before I do this, because that way, oh my gosh, I thought that was a skeleton when I first saw it. Because if I heal it now, I only have to heal it to 1561. If I upgrade it first, I have to heal it further. So let me just grab our... Oh, we don't even have a smithing table, do we? Well, we'll have to make one when we get back. Let's go heal up this pickaxe to full, and then we'll come back and upgrade it. And then we'll find some more netherrack. Hopefully we'll find it a little bit quicker. Netherrack, I keep saying that. Oh my gosh. Fine, you know what I mean. Oh, I don't have my wings on me. Okay, we'll just have to do the jump run. Alright, let's get that pickaxe up here. It's about time to sleep. Yeah, there you go. Look at you. All right, it's getting there pretty quickly. not going to, I don't think I'm going to try to get enough netherite to upgrade everything I own, at least not in, like, this session. That would be just insane. Like, it would be the next several episodes, you know, if I did that all, like, but I'll at least see how many I can get today and see what I can get upgraded. And then that way, the next episode, I can get back to something a little bit more creative. And I don't want to do... I know you guys are cool with, like, you know, doing, like, a grindy episode here and there, but I don't want to do too many in a row. Because this is going to be a pretty grindy episode once I get, you know... If I were to try to grind enough netherite to do everything, that could take a long time. All right, that is all healed up. So let's go ahead and take that back home, and we will... Actually, you know what? What do I need to make that? Oh, I probably don't have the stuff here, do I? Or is it just iron? Is it iron? Is it 2 iron and a piece of wood? Is that like a crafting table with iron on top? Is that all it is? Let me see. Yes, there we go. Boom. Cool. We can do it right here. We're going to take this with us, so we'll just put it right here for now. There we go. So we are going to do the template, the pickaxe, and the netherite ingot. Nice. There we go. Let's see. I want to put it out here in all of its glory. Boom. There we go. Our first netherite pickaxe. Very cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, let's take this with us. We'll put it in our bundle. There we go. And since there's a bunch of guys here, we'll go ahead and try to heal up some of this too. There we go. Rather than letting all these guys go to waste. Perfect. Nice. All right. Well, let's get back in the mines. Let's see. Yeah, see now that hole is much easier to spot, and I just have to walk up to it, and then it just goes down. I don't have to worry about kind of getting myself into the hole and everything. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay, buddy. Ugh. Oh, I got 3 ladders. Is that 1, 2, 3? Okay, at least I got the ladders back. Did I get some tears? Oh, we've already gotten that one, I think. But awesome. I got the record. Now, what are the odds I would come down and there was one literally right there? What are the odds of that happening? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh, I can't put it in there because it's not stackable. Bummer. Oh. I thought I had wings. I jumped off early to fly down here. I forgot I don't have my wings on at the moment. Okay. See, now the health of this thing is, well, you gotta damage it before it'll show you the health. Let's see, those are full, right? Let's go start this one next. See, the health of this one is 2,000 Ep.31, it was like 15 something beforehand, so thing lasts like 30% longer. But that's also why I wanted to heal it up before. Now, I don't know like if it's broken when you turn it into netherite. Does the damage on it scale up? I don't know. But I feel like healing it before you netherite it is probably the right move. If you're doing netherite on a damaged piece of something. This in my offhand. Okie dokie. There we go. Excuse me, buddy. I want to get this gold without hitting you. Netherrack. This stuff. This stuff. Oh, put the gold down here for now, too. I'm just going to put the music disc in here for now. So it's just one less thing in our inventory. Alright. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, look at that. How convenient was that? It stopped me in my tracks. Let's see, is there another one down here? No. What am I stuck on? There we go. One ancient debris. Cool. I wonder how many we'll get in this episode. If we'll be able to do one more tool, one more piece of equipment, or two. Okay, is that just a single? Yep, okay. Oh. Gravel comes at you pretty fast. Yep, that's a lot. That's a lava lake. Not getting through that. Okay. Ah, no. Get up. Yep. Why am I even why am I even risking that for a couple extra quartzes? Eventually I'm gonna have so much quartz it ain't gonna matter. But again, that's why I have that potion in my hotbar in case I do something stupid like that. Right? Okay. Yeah, eventually I end up like so far down the hallways that I can't stop and empty each time. So I'll do a couple tunnels at a time and then go back and empty. Oh, is that already? Or is that just a... No. Ah, that one's blocked me already. Sorry about that. I still have a problem with my one eye watering. The optometrist said it's because that eye doesn't... Oftentimes, that eye doesn't close all the way when I blink. And I think that's what's happening is I'm keeping my eyes open more than normal right now. Just ooh, nether ancient debris. My eyes are just kind of like more open because I'm just kind of like doing this mindless thing, and it's a little bit dark on my screen, so that's probably an irritant. But also, probably not, that eye isn't closing all the way when it blinks, so that right eye gets irritated, and that starts watering a lot. And it's doing that right now. It's not as bad right now as it was earlier, but I have to... Whoa! There we go. I have to... Oh, look at that! Right ahead of us. Nice. It was lit up in the glow of the lava. Another one near it? Anyone? Anyone? No? Okay. The joys of getting older. I never had this problem until the last few years with this eye randomly watering a lot like this. But it's usually when I'm doing something like playing Minecraft like this, and I think it's just, again, I think I'm not blinking as much, right? And then, of course, the problem I just described with my one eye. Because it only ever happens in my right eye, so it's got to have something to do with the whole not blinking all the way. I'm just laughing, like why am I just sharing random medical issues with you guys? But that's okay. Just means I feel comfortable around you, that's all. Let's see. Dump this stuff too. Alright, so now I'm basically gonna pick one direction. We'll go this way further. And I'm gonna just extend out our like artery corridor here. I hate when I hit a patch of that digging through that because it makes it slower. There we go. Okay, that's good for now. Just throw a torch up. There we go. Now we can just kind of continue the direction here. Yeah, see, I don't use since I don't use torches to light up. Like if I was mining diamonds, I would have to use torches because it's a lot darker. But like this netherrack, it just seems like it's lighter. I don't know, like there's an ambient light in the nether that's not as dark, not pitch black like underground in the overworld. So I don't feel the need to use up torches when I'm doing this. And I don't really care if random things spawn in these corridors. It's not going to bother me. At worst, I'm going to get a piglin. And but I'm actually wearing gold right now. I usually don't even bother with the gold when I come out down here to do this, because on the off chance I run into like a piglin in a hallway, I can just take him out. It's not that big a deal. Hey, there's another netherite. I keep not calling it the right thing. Hey, I'm up to 4. That's already another tool or another piece of equipment. That's the lake, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Oops, where am I? Okay. Got a little turned around there. Oh boy, okay. It's not that big a deal because eventually you get past it and then you get to longer tunnels, so it's really not... Like, I have no worry about trying to get through that. It's like, I'd rather just go pick another tunnel and keep going somewhere else. It's just not worth trying to fight over those pockets of those, like... I don't even know what you want to call them, because it's not really the lake of lava. It's more just like those pocket little things. Whatever you want to call them. Ooh, why did I just fall down? Oh, because I mined out here earlier. Okay. What would you call that? Right, so I guess a cave that's filled with water, you know, is called an aquifer, right? So it's, even in Minecraft, technically, when you get those waterlogged caves, they're I think they refer to them as aquifers. So I guess if you were to have something like this, like, now let's pretend it's not lava in the Nether, right? Let's pretend it is water and it's stone. But it's kind of like these enclosed, right? Because you have the big ocean of lava, right? But then when you get down here, underneath here, you have those big pockets where it's essentially like a aquifer of lava, but it's not like part of a cave. It's just kind of its own thing. It's like a big old massive pocket of lava in the netherrack, right? With no openings, right? There's no like tunnel leading in or out of it. It's just a giant pocket of lava. And not just like one block. I'm talking about like the big lake things that we keep running into. Oh, that was a fun sound. It's like weird sound effects. Would that be technically an aquifer? Like that? Is that like an aquifer essentially? Although obviously not water. Is that what you would refer to that as? I don't know. I'm burning. Oh, it lasts so long in the Nether. There we go. Okay, let's see. It's funny, I'm trying to like blink like more forcefully close this eye while I'm blinking, but then it makes me like when I'm blasting through these tunnels it means I'm actually temporarily closing my eyes while I'm doing it, which is not a good thing to be doing. This is, yeah, this is a grind. This is, okay. Is that already, is that, yeah, that's this side. Okay, there's something right there. Okay. It's crazy to think already so far, like, we've only found 8 pieces of this stuff down here. I mean, all in all, it hasn't been that... I mean, it's been a while. To only have enough right now to make 2 pieces of equipment upgraded, it is a while, but... it's also not like that long. It's like it's not like undoably long, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm rambling. And I'm burning. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Now, you want to talk about something that took a long time. In Craftworks Season 1, it was my brilliant idea to hollow out the end island and make that our shopping district. That took a long time. I spent a couple of weeks doing that, like every evening for hours. That took a very long. Did I just see lava drip? Yeah, it's over there. Okay. Woo. Okay. You know what? Just because I'm tired of that right there, I'm gonna go back down to this side of the thing here. See, look, already we have this many stacks of quartz. It's pretty cool. Now, sometimes when I'm drilling out my main artery here, I will hit like one of those whatever pockets of lava, and then it's just kind of like I either have to just figure out a way to get. Oh gosh, okay, that's just a single. That's fine. Is it just a single? Yeah, it's just a single one. Okay. I either have to like figure out a way to somehow get around it, or like plow through it, like, you know, get a potion, get some glass, and start getting in there and like just digging through it and making a tunnel through it. Luckily, I haven't had to do that very many times. But like, imagine if this main artery was going like you know, that way, and then suddenly I hit something like that right away. That just, something like that just kind of ruins your world. Means you got to deal with, or you make your little hallway somewhere else, you know. Okay, I don't know why I just filled that up, because it's the main hallway and I didn't want a big gap like that. Okay, there we go. So I just realized that whenever I edit this, if I turn the brightness up for like this part, the brightness is also going to be brighter in the other parts, because I'm not going to go through and try to do the amount of editing it would take to only turn up the brightness when I'm in these tunnels. So I'm going to apologize in advance for this episode is either going to have some of these parts too dark to see, or it's going to have some of these parts like stupid bright. So I'm apologizing in advance for the weird lighting issues we're going to have to deal with, brightness issues we're going to have to deal with in this episode, but I think it's just the nature of the beast here. Because I'm down here in a place where I'm not using torches. And again, I know that if I was ignoring these pockets of quartz and stuff, that I'd be finding the netherrack a little bit quicker. But again, to me, it's worth it. It's worth it. Oh, what's there? What can I talk about? Oh, Thanksgiving is coming. Oh my gosh, is there another one right here? Yeah, okay. Thanksgiving will be coming up pretty soon. So that's cool. I have no idea what's going to happen this year. Well, my mom should be... okay, never mind. She should be available, so I'll probably go to her house like normal. She's been having issues lately. She's been in and out of the hospital. Nothing bad. Don't worry about her. Well, she's 84, so it's just, you know, at some point, you know, your body just starts giving out, and she's kind of at that point. So she doesn't have any like terminal disease or anything, which is good. She doesn't have like cancer or anything. But, you know, just through her age, she's, you know, weak joints, weak bones, you know, weak heart, you know. So she's been kind of in and out of the hospitals, and she's getting to the point now where if she goes into the hospital for anything, you know, let's say she passes out because her blood platelet count goes too low or something, and they take her to the hospital, she's in there for just days and days and days, right? And then they get to the point where they're like, well, we can't let her go until she can walk around, and that's one of her big issues, is she just can't really walk. So now this last trip to the hospital, she was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, and now she's in like a physical rehab place until they're satisfied that she can get around. So, but hopefully she'll be home before Thanksgiving, and we'll be able to do Thanksgiving at her house this year. Hopefully. If not, I'm going to have to improvise and just for the... Wow, I don't think I've ever really done that before. Just spent Thanksgiving by myself. That would be kind of weird. I've never done that before. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to play it by ear. But I was watching... Okay, so there's a way to do turkey, which is pretty cool. It's like... It's something I've been dying to try, and part of me is almost like, if I do have to do Thanksgiving on my own, I might do this, but then I'm cooking like a 12-pound turkey by myself, which is ridiculous, because I'll be eating it forever and ever and ever. But it's like, it's a way to cook a turkey. It's called spatchcocking, or spatchcock is the term for it, but it's basically like, it's like splaying the turkey out, so it's not being cooked as like a, you know, if you think about a turkey in a roast pan, it's like a ball, right? It's like a giant ball of meat, right? But if you do a thing where you cut it in the right places, and you cut out the backbone, and you pop a few joints and stuff, you can basically splay it out, right? So it's kind of like, it kind of looks more like, you know, a cartoon that like splatted on the ground, and his little arms are sticking out, and his little legs are sticking out, and like the turkey breast is kind of smushed flat. So it's kind of like basically doing that. And there's a one guy on YouTube that I like to watch. It's Chef John. I think the channel is actually called Food Wishes. This is Chef John from foodwishes.com with blah, 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 blah. Anyway, if you've ever seen his videos, he's very sing-songy with his voice and everything, and I like watching his videos. And he had one recently with his technique to do a turkey that way. And it looks incredibly easy. And the way he did it, no lie, check this out. The turkey cooks in like an hour. Like a fully cooked, like 10, 12 pound turkey in an hour. Because you don't have to wait for this giant mass to heat up, right? Because it's splayed out, so the thickness at any one point is a lot less than the thickness of just a full round turkey. It's wild. And he cooks it at like, I want to say like 400 or 450 or something crazy. And he puts it kind of in the upper half of the oven, and it comes out like, by the time it reaches the internal temp, you know, to where, you know, you want to pull it out and where the turkey's now safe to eat, it's like the inside is perfectly cooked, and the skin is like so incredibly perfectly crisp, but it's not like burned or anything yet, you know? Oh, it's just, it looks incredibly amazing. Look that up. Food Wishes is a YouTube channel. Chef John. And very recently he put that video for doing a turkey that way. Check that out. If nothing else, just watch it. And it's not a real long video. I want to say it's only about a 10-minute long video. He does not take a lot of time. Like, it's really that easy of a process. And I want to try it so bad. So bad. Oh, man. So. Yeah, Thanksgiving. So yeah, if I end up on my own for Thanksgiving this year, part of me wants to try that, and then just, I guess I'll be eating turkey meat for like the next month. I'll be eating it until I'm sick of it, basically. Also, it's like, if I'm cooking at home, like, I'm also not the one who's going to make the entire thing. Ooh, hey there, finally we found some more ancient debris. Holy cow, it's been a while since we found some. I mean, I guess I could do, like, mashed potatoes and, like, a side or something, but I don't know, but, like, cooking by myself, I typically don't cook, like, full meals like that, where I'm cooking, like, all the sides and stuff. You know, I'm usually cooking like a thing, and that thing has like meat and vegetables and stuff in it. Like, you know, I'm usually not one to cook like multiple things, you know, to make like a full meal. So since I don't really do that, I would be out of practice with trying to time it all to where they all get, excuse me, sir. I want to get the quartz that's right there. Thank you. So because I don't typically cook that way, I'm not good at, like, timing it to where, like, all of the things would be done at about the same time so that you can sit down and have a meal with all of the parts are all fresh out of, you know, freshly heated out of the oven or whatever. So if I end up in a situation where I get to try that turkey, I think it's going to be one of those things where, like, there's going to be, like, a side to go along with it. And then I'm just... I can cook something else to go with all the leftovers later. Whoa! Oh, I ran right into that, didn't I? Is that... Oh yeah, it is that close over here, isn't it? Okay. Stop burning, please. There we go. There is something I would like to make, which I need to do soon because it's the season for it. It's a butternut squash pie. It's basically a pumpkin pie, but you're using butternut squash instead of pumpkin. And it only uses cinnamon. It doesn't put the full pumpkin pie, the full array of pumpkin pie spices. It just uses cinnamon. So if you think about it, it's kind of like, it's a pumpkin pie for people who don't like pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie, so that's not me. But anyway, if there's people who out there who don't like the full-on pumpkin pie spice, but they still want that warm cinnamon and that kind of that custardy type pie that pumpkin pie gives you. Because if anyone says they don't like pumpkin pie because of the pumpkin, they're lying. You can't taste the pumpkin. All you taste is the spice. It's basically a custard pie that tastes like the pumpkin pie spices. Like, if there was no pumpkin in it, you probably wouldn't even know. Granted, that being said, using different pumpkins can change the way the pie comes out. But people who don't like pumpkin pie aren't not liking it because of the pumpkin. They're not liking it because they don't like the spice combination. Right? And it could just be one of those spices, right? It could be like they don't like cloves and that's in it, or, you know, whatever. Because I've seen some people make like completely different combinations of spices for pumpkin pie. Like, there's one YouTube guy I like to watch called Preppy Kitchen, and one of his, when he does pumpkin pie spice, because it's like 4 or 5 that are the typical. It's like cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, ginger. I might be missing one, but it's at least those. But like, if you think about ginger, clove, nutmeg, they're very harsh, kind of very, very strong flavors. But like, one that he'll use often is like he won't put all of those in. Like, maybe leave out ginger or something. I can't remember what his combination is, but he puts a smaller combination of them in there, like maybe just like cinnamon, nutmeg. But then he'll use cardamom, which is ooh, hey, right here in our path. That's pretty cool. He'll use cardamom, which is cool, and I've never tried it until watching his videos. I'm like, I should try that. And it's a lighter, almost you could say citrusy kind of a spice. It's really, really nice, and it goes really well. So, like, if you know somebody who doesn't like the pumpkin pie spice, there are alternatives to make it that same thing, but without those harsher tasting spices that people may not be liking. So yeah, that's kind of cool too. But anyway, the butternut squash pie, it ends up right. It just kind of has the cinnamon and the butternut squash itself, I guess, is a little bit more flavorful than pumpkin. So some of that flavor does come through in the butternut squash pie, which is really, really cool. It's really, really good. And I made that a couple years ago, and I brought it over to some friends for like a game night kind of thing. And I had made 2 of them because I had enough butternut squash to make 2 of them. And I wanted, there was one, I had this idea where I wanted to see if I could add like some maple to one of them, because I felt like that flavor would go really well with it. So I basically made 2, and I brought them to my friend's house as like an experiment. Like, hey, I have these 2 pies, and there's something different. Can you tell what's different? Kind of thing. And it's funny because the whole time I'm making them, I'm like, okay, the one on the right has the maple, the one on the left doesn't. The one on the right has the, and then like, and I did that when I took them out of the oven. They were all ready, and for whatever reason, I didn't write anything on them to say which one was which. And then whenever I put them in the car, I forgot which was which. So like, when we got there, I told my friends, I'm like, okay, they're different. I want you to like try both and tell me, first of all, if you can tell the difference, and then what you think the difference is, right? To see like, could they even taste the maple in it? Could they identify it if they could? You know, did they like one more than the other? But I didn't know which was which. So if they decided that they did like one more than the other, I wouldn't have known which one it was. But luckily for me, they couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't tell the difference either. So when I put maple in one of them, I couldn't tell the difference. So, but the point is, I went over there with 2 of these things, and everyone loved it so much, there was none of that pie left for me to take home with me after that night. And there was maybe 6 of us? Yeah, there was maybe like 6 of us. So like, between 6 of us, we ate 2 of these pies. It was that good. And that's a butternut squash pie. So if that sounds good to you, I suggest you go find a recipe for that. And again, the recipe I was using, it like the spice in it. I mean, I might could just put the recipe in a comment or something if I remember. If that sounds interesting to you and you want to make sure you're trying the one that I tried, let me know, and then I'll put the recipe in a comment. But I'm thinking like I would love to, because it's been now several years since I made one of those. So I was thinking it might be nice to make one this year. And this is right now is the perfect time to make it. Mid-November, right before Thanksgiving. Oh, I should, you know what? I go grocery shopping tomorrow. I should pick up, excuse me, pick up the ingredients for one of those. I'll have to see what the butternut squashes look like, because apparently now, I didn't know this at first, but you know it once you cut into one of them. Like butternut squashes, you want them to be like, quote, ripe. They're just going to taste better. The meat is like a nice, richer, you know, brown color, brownish red color, whatever. When they're not ripe, it's a little bit more yellowy, and harder. But the way to tell is like if the skin on the butternut squash is like shiny, like glossy, it's not ripe. That's not in the condition you want. So if the skin is more like matte color, like it's less glossy, that means it's ready. So when I go to the grocery store tomorrow, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to bring that recipe with me, or write down the ingredients, because I'm gonna have to look if the butternut squashes look good. Then I might grab one and make one of those this weekend. That'd be cool, or later this week. That'd be pretty cool. still only found 8 down here. Well, that means we're already up to enough that we could have like 3 pieces of equipment, right? Yeah. That's not bad, I guess. We got, well, plus we still have those 2 at home that we found in the Bastion, so we're basically like, we're at 3.5 upgrades worth right now for the amount of time we spent so far. Oh gosh, are we getting into one of these biomes here? Or is this, what is this? Yeah, Basalt Delta. Yeah, we're not going to try digging through that. Now, it's funny, this ancient debris, it's just as likely to spawn in that as it is in Netherrack, but you just can't blast through it like you can the Netherrack. So, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. To me, that's just, I treat that as impassable, like as if it was a lake of lava. I watched my double feature for Halloween this year. That was fun. The what was it? Happy Death Day and Freaky. That was fun watching those 2 together because they're both very much that kind of horror comedy thing. Both of them are like funny, interesting horror movie takes on other movies. You know, Groundhog's Day and Freaky Friday. So that was a fun combination. That was a fun like double feature that night. And there were lots of kids out trick-or-treating. I could hear them during the quiet parts of the movie. I could hear them walking out on, you know. I mean, my living room isn't right on the street. I couldn't hear them that loudly, but like whenever whatever. I could hear people out on the street, and it sounded like there was a lot of kids out there having a lot of fun, so that was really cool. Oh, hey, there's some. Let's see. Oh, another just one. Okay. It would be nice if, like, as infrequently as this stuff spawns, like, maybe make it to where, like, there's always at least 2. It seems like it's more often 1 than it is, like, I feel like more than 50% of the times it's just 1. And I feel like, you know, the chance, oh gosh, oh, I didn't get the one in the hole hit fast enough. There we go. Yeah, I feel like more than half the time it's just 1, and then sometimes it's 2 or 3. It just makes this even more painful. Like, give us at least 2 every time we find them, please. I have to back up to eat my carrot, or else I'll place Netherrack because it's in my offhand. Ugh, there we go. Basalt Delta. Okay. Turn around. I know this new season of Stranger Things is getting ready to start soon. I think it releases closer to Thanksgiving. It's part of why I'm rewatching all the old ones. It's a cool show. I enjoyed that one. It's got its issues like every show. It's got its good seasons and it's not as good seasons, and then it's got its great episodes and it's not as great episodes, but again, like any show out there. But overall, I like Stranger Things. It's interesting though, like it's been a while since the last season, so I guess like all the kids are like much older now, so it'd be interesting to see like how they're doing that with the storyline. I mean, even the first couple seasons, like the kids age so fast because well they're at that age where they age fast. They grow fast as they age, So it's been interesting to see, even just in the first few seasons when they were closer together, how quickly the kids were aging season to season. Which, storyline wise, it would be like less than a year in between the seasons or whatever. So it'd be interesting to see now, like, because now it's been several years since the last season, so they're much older now. It will also be interesting to see what they're gonna do with the storyline, because I felt like, I'm trying to say this less spoilery as possible if anyone hasn't seen it yet, but the last season of Stranger Things, it seemed like they pretty much defeated the main cause of all the bad guy stuff. Of course, it's been a while since I've seen that last season, so I could also just not remember exactly how it ended, but I felt like it was a little bit more of a permanent ending and not something that would be as easy to keep going, but I might be remembering it wrong. There we go. Okay, let me get through that. Oh, this pickaxe is getting ready to die. I might be done with this mining because my pickaxe is almost gone now. Okay, I think is that all that's left in this tunnel? Okay, I think so. Okay, great. All right. Okay, I have my gold boots. Okay. All right. Yeah, see, look at that. I already have almost 3 double. I got over 2 double chests full of netherrack. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, because I opened a chest. All right, fellas. Okay, let's just take you one at a time. Oh, come on. Okay, let me take you guys out too. Okay, yeah, I opened a chest. I know. You guys don't like that. They're my chests, though. They're not yours. I don't know why you're worried about it. Ooh, that one hurt. The ones with the swords kind of hurt, don't they? Even when you got decent armor. More than decent armor. The swords still hurt. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay, that one's a zombie. Okay, whew. Okay, don't get trigger happy on the zombie. See, look at that. We already have like more than a row of quartz. That's really cool. I'm going to put everything up here. I'm going to take the gold back with me. I'm going to take the record back with me. I'll take those. I'll leave the rest of the stuff here for now. Okay. You know what? Let me take the gravel. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. 9. Okay. Oh, I wish we had one more. If we had one more and then we used the 2 that we found in the Bastion, we could get 3 more pieces of equipment done. We're 1 short from that. Oh, it's in my ender chest. Okay. I was gonna put my wings on. They're in my ender chest. That's okay. My ladder's right up here anyway. All right. I hear a ghast. Okay. I should probably do something like... It's nice though going down and being able to see, but not if there's a ghast right there shooting fireballs at you when you go through. I'll have to figure out something to do with that. Oh, well hello, sir. Ah, there we go. Alright. Oh, that stuff is still cooking, huh? Well, let's see. I can put maybe some of them in here and some of them in here. I got all this gold, too. I'll just start throwing it all in there. Okay, there we go. Do I have enough fuel? I don't have a ton of fuel. I mean, I have lava buckets now. We'll do that. I think a lava bucket does something like 100. It's like a stack and a half or so worth of stuff. Something like that. Okay, let's see. We're going to put our magma there, our basalt right now. Oops. Yeah, again, I'm going to have to start breaking this stuff out. See, like stuff like the nether woods, those will go in their own chest. Yeah, I'll break that stuff out into more chests later. Okay, let's see. There we go. Look at all that gravel we got. And I'll put my record in here with the other one. That's right, we already had one of those here. Cool. All right, so we have enough now to make... Yeah, we're 1 short of 3. 2 things. So we'll put the 3 scraps in here. Put that gold up there. So 2 things. So what should be the next 2 things that I do? Should it be a piece of armor? Let's see. Let me think about this for a second. Where is my ender chest? Oh, that's not an ender chest. Nor is that. Or that. There we go. Ender chest. Put those in there. Okay. If we think about it, most of the time, that's how I am equipped. Right? Most of the time. So, obviously I use this a lot. The other tools and the sword. Now, the sword, you know, they do deal more damage with netherite, and it does help us deal with mobs a little faster. Upgrading these would protect us a little bit more. I'm trying to think of what our next 2 should be. I'm thinking I'll go sword and maybe, let's see, +3 armor, +6 armor. We'll do the sword and the leggings maybe. We'll do our weapon and our largest regular piece of armor. How's that? Oh, I don't need levels for that. You know, I can only do 2 right now anyway because I can only make 2 templates. Okay. Alright. We're going to need 1 or 2 of those. And we're going to need the template itself. Boom. Here we go. There we go. And we'll put that back in safekeeping. You know what? I'm going to put it... for now, I'm going to put it here with the netherite. You know what? That's going to confuse me. I always have it with this stuff. I'll keep it with this stuff. If I start switching things up, I'm just going to get confused. There we go. So, where's our table? There it is. Okay. And we'll do sword. It just seems so anticlimactic. Tick, tick, tick. Like, I expect it to be something more grand and like, boom, 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 you made a thing. That's a slightly better one. The tick, tick, tick just sounds so, like, not very impressive. Let's see, I can keep this down here, right? There's no reason not to. Where would we put it? We're kind of making all the stuff here. This is like our work area. You know what I could do? I could kind of do this. And then forget that it's there because I can't see it. I'll do that. Awesome. Very good. Alright, let's see. I need to heal this thing. So let's go start grinding out a couple levels, and then it's probably going to be about time to finish. Yeah, I got enough time to heal this thing up and maybe chat with you guys for a couple more minutes before we end. Hey, I got my wings again. Where's my rockets? Lame. Come on, come on. There, rockets. There we go. Don't need this right now. Oh, I don't need 3 of them in here. Okay. I need to figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Okay, and the zip zip, that's a mod, by the way, to zip them into your inventory that fast. You can't do that in vanilla. Okay, let's see. Okay. And we'll go trash, trash, trash. Okay. And then we'll say hi to Eric. Okay. And miscellaneous stuff goes down here. There we go. Now, one thing I like to do sometimes when I'm doing this is I just fill up my inventory like that so that I can stand up here and not worry about all this stuff falling into my inventory. That's why, like, when you saw me come up first, I like smacked and immediately backed up. It's so that my inventory didn't fill up with like dead drops. Ooh, that's a thunderstorm. Let's sleep that away. So yeah, if you guys have any interesting plans coming up for Thanksgiving, you should let me know. If you guys normally do the full-on Thanksgiving meal, if you do it like at your home, or if you go to like other people's homes, or if you do it with friends. I've done that before, the Friendsgiving thing, because there was several years where my parents lived like on the other side of the country. Like they lived in Texas for quite a while, for some number of years. Not a lot. No, they weren't there for too long. But for those couple of years, I had like Thanksgiving with friends instead. And that was always fun. It was fun because like everybody would cook a thing. And then you're having stuff that like excuse me. Like you know, like my family, right? Like Thanksgiving is always the same, right? It's the same things, right? It's you know, it's, and I'm sure every family has their own regular things that they make for Thanksgiving, right? But it's always essentially the same meal, right? There's not much different. Or if there is, it's not very often. But when you do something like Friendsgiving, where you're meeting with friends and you do it almost potluck style where everybody brings a different thing, you end up being introduced to sides and stuff that you maybe never had, but don't often have, or have maybe never even tried before. So that's always a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's a cool thing that a lot of people do. How's our axe looking? Wow, that's already up pretty high, isn't it? That's really good. They all slowed down. Come on, guys. If I turn my back, will you guys start showing up again? Doopy doop doop. I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. Look, I can't even see you guys. Wow. Boy, sometimes it's just a dry spell in this spawner, isn't it? But yes, I've done the Friendsgiving a few times, but that was like a while ago. Like when my dad had gotten a job down there and they moved down there, but then like my siblings started having kids. And once they started having kids, my parents kind of felt like they were missing out a little bit. And I mean, obviously missing out quite a bit. And so then my dad's company had like a weird like hostile takeover kind of thing where a company bought his company and then like literally like started like they would post like security guards at the door and they'd have to search your stuff when you came and left to make sure you weren't taking like company secrets. And they basically bought that company to put their competition out of business. Like they stripped it of whatever resources they could use and then just like let everyone else go. It was crazy. It was like the best example of like a hostile takeover you could ever think of. It was ridiculous. But when he finally got let go from that, he took that as an opportunity to go ahead and retire because he was about that age anyway. And so then they moved back up here where they're now have grandkids that are showing up. And so that's how long they've been up here. And those grandkids, some of those grandkids are now like in their mid-20s. Like the first couple are now like 24 or so, around there. So if you think about, that's how long it's been since I've done the Friendsgiving thing. Because of course once they moved back up here, it's every year has been there with them at their house. But yeah, so it's been a while since I've done that. Alright, well my thingy is healed. Let me see if I can just get a couple more XP on this shovel real quick. Let me just swap those out. Doop, doop, doop. There we go. Yeah, I didn't think that would take long. Cool. Alright. Wow. Is that everything? Let's just clean up our mess. It's always good to not leave a bunch of junk behind when you're done. Oh boy, I can't even get it all in my inventory. Bones. Get those. Get those. Oh, not many of those. That's weird. Let's see. The bows. Okay, and then we'll go the miscellaneous. Well, we'll do the trashy ones first. Let's see. Those and then trash. Okay, and then the miscellaneous is like everything else. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and just, there we go. Trade with you. We'll go ahead and take those emeralds with us back home. Let's go ahead and clean out the chamber. See now, as soon as I turn my back, look at them all showing up. I turn my back and I don't need them anymore, and they're just like, rah. Let's see here. So we should be getting that. Should be just about time. Let me just make sure. I'll come back home, put my emeralds away, and then probably say goodbye. Let's see. It's funny when you get to where you have the wings. I use the wings constantly once I have them. Like just right there, I fly down instead of walking down. Oh boy. Cool beans. All right. I guess that's everything. Yeah. Nice. Well, we have 3 pieces of netherite, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let me get to my... Hey, there. Hello. 3 pieces of netherite. That's pretty awesome. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. That's, again, and we're only 1 short from having a 4th. But, of course, I'm going to need to do diamond mining before I can do any more of this netherite. So I think I'll just take it in batches. Like, I got what I've got now, and then I'll hopefully be in the mood to do more creative stuff the next time. You know, I need to get work on that building that's behind me. And I need to start doing more stuff with this village, like getting rid of these old village houses, start building up other houses and stuff. So all of that's coming. I haven't forgotten about it. So, but again, 3 hours at a time, you can only do so much, and you can only do one thing at a time. So anyway, guys, I'm glad you came by. I'm glad you stuck with it, and I'm glad you're still with me. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.